Welcome to Tactical T-Rex. Thanks for coming to spend some time with me today. I hope you're ready to get tactical because today we've got a big job. We're going to start putting together our very own survival kit. A survival kit is very important because being prepared is the first step in surviving when things go bad. Come on a little closer and we'll get started. Well, hey, let's get started. The first thing that we're going to need is something to put all of our cool survival stuff in. The best thing to use is a backpack or an old school bag. Maybe one that you don't want anymore or your older brother is too big for. Check me out. I got Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. Backpacks work the best because they're really easy to carry and they can hold a lot of stuff. A real important part of our survival kit is trash bags and sandwich bags. They'll help us to keep things dry, clean, and organized. Now we're going to be packing a lot of things into our survival kit that you can find right around the house. So it's best to talk to the adults in our lives first before we go taking things that they might count on having. You're going to want a nice soft blanket, but don't go taking one off of your bed. Best to pack one you don't use much anymore. This is my Thomas the Train Engine blanket. I'm a big T-Rex now, and I don't need it anymore, so it's perfect for our survival kit. You're going to want a change of clothes too. That's important because the clothes you have on might become wet, and you're going to need to change into something dry. Make sure you pack a shirt, a pair of trousers, a pair of socks, a full change of underwear, and a towel. It's best to use a kitchen towel because they're small and don't take up a whole lot of space. Now, all of you are little T-Rexes and you're still growing, so it's probably a good idea to ask an older brother or cousin, maybe for a shirt or a pair of pants or some socks that they don't want anymore. That way they'll fit you when you pull them out of the bag. Staying clean is the best way to stay healthy, and staying healthy is important when things go bad, because you might not be able to get to a doctor right away. I've packed toothpaste, some little soaps like what you get in a motel, some hand sanitizer, and a toothbrush. See how I have it all in a sandwich bag so it stays clean and organized. We're going to pack some matches because it's important to be able to make fire. We'll talk about fire later on, so for right now, just put them in your pack and don't ever use them unless you have the adults in your life to help you. Lighters really aren't so very good because lighters can break. The best matches are the kind that come in the box and are made out of wood. I've put them in a Ziploc bag so that they stay clean and dry. Our kit should have things that let us make light, because sometimes when things go bad, the electricity goes out and we'd be sitting in the dark. I got this flashlight at the dollar store. It can even stay in its original package so that it stays clean and dry. I got this flashlight at Walmart. It costs $2. And the best thing about it is that it comes with the batteries already in it. You might even have a flashlight just around your house that will work very well. Make sure you ask the adults in your life if you can have it to use, and make sure that the batteries in it are fresh, and make sure that the flashlight works. We're going to pack some extra batteries for our flashlight. And a candle is also very important, because flashlight batteries really don't last very long, and a candle can give us light for days and days. Remember, don't do anything with fire unless the adults in your life say it's okay. You see that I've packed a little bit of food and a little bit of water. The water is especially important because when things go bad, our water source might not be reliable. That's a fancy way of saying that the water that you normally get could make you sick. Now, we'll talk about making any water safe later on, but at first, you're going to want to have at least a little bit so that you're ahead of the game. The bottles can also be useful later on for storing water. Now, you know how much I like my dinosaur chow, but you might want to pack something else like ravioli or maybe some canned spaghetti. Those are the best things because they come out of the can ready to eat. Do you remember how we learned how to open a can with our Swiss Army knife? Well, this is one of the reasons why we bring it. Be sure to ask the adults in your life first before you take things from the cupboard and put them in your bag. And make sure that they check for you the date that's on top of the can. because this food will expire at some point. Now this one here says that this can of dinosaur chow is good for several years. Toilet paper! I know it sounds funny because it's bathroom, but when things go bad, you might not have it available to you. And when you want it, you're gonna want it. Did you know that a lot of outdoorsmen call toilet paper mountain money? That's kind of funny, isn't it? We'll put it in a Ziploc baggie so it stays clean and dry. Now that we've got all our stuff together, all we have to do is put it in the bag. As you can see here, I've got my Thomas blanket and I've rolled up my change of clothes inside of it. If you're a little T-Rex and have trouble rolling it tight, ask the adults in your life for help. I've put the whole roll in a trash bag, and now I'm just going to roll the trash bag up, and I'm gonna seal it right here with a piece of tape. I used blue tape here so it's easy for you to see, but you can use any kind of tape that you like. This will keep all of your change of clothes and your blanket clean and dry, no matter what happens. I've taken my socks and I've put them in a bag all of their own because I might want to change my socks before I want to change my clothes. Here's our old pal, the Swiss Army knife. Now, if something bad happens and you strap on your survival kit, go out the door and go full T-Rex, the best place for the Swiss Army knife is in your pocket. But for right now, we'll keep it in our survival pack. That way we always know where it is. When things are falling apart around us, we don't want to have to go looking for it. Wow, this sure is a lot of stuff. This is what a prepared T-Rex goes out the door with, I can tell you. And we'll have some more stuff to put in your survival kit later on. Things that we make and things that we learn about. But for right now, this is a good start. The only thing to do now is, bam! Get it all in the bag. Now, if the bag you're using has an outside pocket, the best things to put in there are 1 bottle of water, your flashlight, your socks, your matches, and your Swiss Army knife. These are things that you're going to want to find quickly and easily, especially in the dark. Did you hear that? That was the eagle, and that means it's time for us to talk about great Americans. And our great American for today is General Eli Parker. General Parker was born in the 1800s. He was a civic leader with the Seneca tribe in New York. He became a soldier and fought for the Union during the Civil War, and later on in life became a public servant, Secretary of the Bureau of Indian Affairs. Fun fact, at the signing of Lee's surrender at Appomattox, General Lee shook General Parker's hand and said he was glad that there were some real Americans there. General Parker answered General Lee saying, "We are all Americans now, sir." General Parker was a T-Rex because he served his community, he served his country, and as a public servant made life a lot better for a lot of people. So let's give General Parker a T-Rex salute. Salute! Well, that's about the end of the time that we have together. I hope you had as much fun as I did. You know, the things that we learned together might one day save your life or the life of somebody that you care about. I also want you to remember that the Almighty loves all the little T-Rexes, and He wants you to survive so that your special light doesn't go out of the world, especially when things go bad, because that's where it's needed the most. The Almighty also wants you to be safe, and so do I. That's why it's best to practice the things that we learn together with the adults in your life, at least at first. You know, it's a great thing to go to your mom, your dad, your grandma, your grandpa, older brother or cousin and say, "Hey, come and get tactical with me." It's a great way to spend some time together, and you can show them that anybody can be a tactical T-Rex. See you next time.
I will never be afraid again. I will keep on fighting till the end. I can walk on water, I can fly. I will keep on fighting till I die.
Tactical T-Rex is a Joel Hine production. Tactical T-Rex is not monetized in any way. Any products or businesses mentioned or shown are because Tactical T-Rex thinks it's cool and or uses it himself.
If you do not want your children learning self-sufficiency in times of disaster, the undying love that the Almighty has for them, or how super cool it is to be an American, by all means, don't let them watch it. You're the parents, you know best. Any negative comments will be ignored.